I'm just going to interrupt you for a second to introduce to you the great Sabelo Mlangeni, who, as you all know, is an extraordinary photographer. He exposed some of his work at the Palais de Tokyo last year, is a fellow at the Institute, and has curated this current exhibition with Mo Laudi, who's also our DJ ce soir. Hello, Mo. And before I give Sabelo the microphone, I just want to say that this is never in the history, the long history of Reed Hall, something like this has never, ever, ever happened before. It's an only for Sabelo moment, so enjoy it while you can.
It's a bonsoir. Yeah. Where to start? Firstly, I have to put it. I'm scared to put something like this close to my mouth. I've kind of, like I was sort of thinking earlier, when we were putting this work together, whether to say something or not to say something. Somehow I was like, tomorrow I'm gonna make it half academic, half street, and I'm gonna have a little bit of paper to share, so that I don't forget, but also being influenced by being in an academic institution. So we have to kind of read. I was like, but I don't know whether I'm a good reader or what. But I would like to thank everyone. Somehow moments like this, they remind me that photography is a performative medium, and the photographs are the results of the photographer's medium. Carl is gone right now, and I want to thank him for performing with me today. As much as I have spent this time with these works, but today I find myself asking myself that whether I crossed the bridge. But I guess the answer lies in this body of work in Ngiyobona Phambili. Although I feel that the translation doesn't hit the same as in isiZulu. It doesn't capture the concept and the expression of Ngiyobona Phambili. Preferred to me, the translation that translates Ngiyobona Phambili as a stepping into the unknown, a journey in a place where you are not guaranteed a swim, but you soldier on. And I went on, I talked about that. When I came in September, my idea was to work first on a book and present a book on this day. As for years, I wanted this body of work to see light. And it is a body of work that is dearly to me, like many creatives share this experience of a work in archives that we believe in so much, but somehow time passes. For Ngiyobona Phambili is the complexity. Realized in Europe in different parts, in different parts of Europe, it's important to state that the first time I took up a residency in Europe was here in Paris in 2012, through an invitation from the Center Photography de l'État Français in Porto Combo. So editing this work was looking at this time, and the time I spent in other residencies I've taken over the years, from Germany to Austria, Switzerland, Netherlands, Spain, and France, back to back. As I've never really had a chance to present and even spend time with Ngiyobona Phambili the way I did in this past 7 months editing, I developed a routine. I started to think about a studio and a studio visit. As a photographer, I've never had a studio. The streets are, and they have been always my studio. I always tell people, the idea of a studio is a laboratory of ideas and space of experimenting. In most cases, artists receive people in their studios, usually I invite people in my house, but I always like the idea of waking up and go to this second home. During this visit, artists shared their work in progress. The studio visits were not only work, it was also my entry to Paris and a way to meet my long-term friends and new friends and colleagues. Mostly I have long-term working relationship with. when I invited Simon Jame, when Simon Jame said yes to my invitation, I was still at Recollets. My apartment was small to take the first edit draft, but I invited him anyway. And I used the big conference room and a small passage outside my apartment. My artist friends, Cyprian, Mario, Leonardo, and Francois did not enjoy the privilege of Reed Hall Seminar Room. We have a seminar room upstairs. It's amazing. I worked there, where the second chapter of editing took place and the studio visit continued. I invited fellows curators, Marie, Ian, Eve, Tiago, and Molaude, who helped me putting together this presentation. All right. How is my reading so far? Thank you. All right. All right. Very academic. I love that. Thank you. All right. Where I was? I mean, which is the first page now? Yeah, that's the problem today. I don't know. We don't know where as well. I just wanted to. All right. Some of them here. I said something that some of them are here today, and I want that their take as the work has shifted from a shifted form and scale. My aim for this invitation was still is feedback and comments, and this is an exercise to find a way to introduce this work and discuss it. And I must say I have never used this process. The question of history, collective memory, power, and loss are central in this conversation. These conversations are big, blah, 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 blah. I always had this kind of eager to be in an institution like university. I don't know what I was thinking like. So being here in part, academia has been my long-time space of curiosity. I'm coming from a vocational school, the Market Photo Workshop. Over the years, residencies and other programs like ASICO and the African Photographers Masterclass became my university, my class, where I research connected with photographers who became my friends and exchange of ideas. Talking about exchange, when I received the news, when I received the news about this fellowship, that I am the Abigail Fellow, a photographer who I'm familiar with her work and its closeness in energy with Ngiyobona Phambili, I wondered if the jury felt the same exchange of energy between this work and Abigail's work. Do you sit in a jury, Marie? I'm joking. Don't answer. Formally, I work as a formally how I work as a photographer. An exhibition is a marker of finished work. This is my format. Sometimes it's accompanied by a publication, catalog, a book. A book is always secondary in my process. But this time I wanted to take BC Silva's suggestion of a book as a start. This decision are influenced by what I have described in Ngiyobona Phambili as unapologetic and provocative work. My publisher recently made a comment on the complexity and finesse of Ngiyobona Phambili compared to the book we recently published in Ngiyobona Phambili, that he doesn't see this work as a successful photography book, but agreed to think about it in a form, in a book form. And I hope that we start in May. Otherwise, a friend of mine said, Sabelo, this work looks amazing. I would love to work with you to publish it as a book form. So, yeah. And it was an Excel. All right. Before these big and small sizes, everything starts here. I start with small photographs as a process. And while the printing process and final prints give me joy, almost like seeing the photograph for the first time. And it was an exciting experience to print the color photographs from the negative for the first time, which is a close process to chemical hand print silver gelatin. Thanks to Mark Upson for this experience. As a photographer, I've worked with printers, with one printer, mostly Dennis da Silva, since 2007. I always say finding a good printer is like finding a good barber or a hairstylist. So I'm always on the lookout when walking. That's how I stumbled on Stefane Cormier laboratory in the 10th. And I made a couple of visits after that. This is after him inviting me to his working space, the dark room. This might seem like a small gesture. With Mark, for an example, we had lunches together. For me as a photographer who is always concerned about disconnect during printing process, trust is important. We're almost there. Today I want us to think of this space as a studio, that you are here for a studio visit. Yeah, would like to talk about images. I think, all right. This is a very important one. I think I have to, I'll jump to this one. Ngiyobona Phambili being a work realized outside of my comfort zone. Even the decisions here are influenced by working outside of my comfort zone. I take big sizes now, but to be honest, at the beginning, this photograph, like for an example, these photographs, from the beginning I saw it as a big photograph. It is a photograph that holds the idea of walking into the unknown, the sea, a jungle. During Ngiyobona Phambili, the shadows of loss entangled with love. It's even more felt in the final prints. Ngiyobona Phambili take its point of departure very late in 2016. In Accra Batal. I don't know how to pronounce it in French. I always said Accra Batal, and people are like, where is Accra Batal? It's Aqua Batal. All right, where? It's Aqua.
Arc la Bastille.
Yeah,
Accra
Batal. Yes, yes. Yeah, it takes its point in where I was invited for a residence for the commemoration of the World War I. And my research and focus was what I called the wall of war, tracing the evidence of what's still visible today in our eyes. My research stretched to the SS Mendy, a South African military ship that collided and sank in the shores of France, England, and the Netherlands in 1917. 607 native army men died in this tragic tragedy. This tragic history, not much known away or at home, the story of these men who were washed out by the seas and those who survived and continued with their journey to the unknown, the war. And the bodies of these South African men are buried here between France, Britain, and the Netherlands. When I was invited to respond in the commemoration of the World War I, I started to think about connecting the souls of these men who died far away from home, whose bodies might never see home, who might never get the soldier final resting of dignity and honor. How to step into a time you never lived in, how to connect this man with home using photography. In the late 80s, when the World War I was sanctioning South Africa because of apartheid, the South African government came to France and built a museum in Devilwood. And in this museum, all the South African native soldiers, both that survived the tragic collision sinking of SS Mendy and continued to the journey, they were never mentioned in this memorial museum. They were erased, while their white South African counterparts were given medals and trophies and other privileges after the war. Black South African soldiers were given bicycles and coats. Like for an example, we have this color photograph there that I've titled it Voices in Trenches, the color photograph. It speaks of, and commented earlier, with this connecting of souls, because this is where the South African soldiers, most of them died in these trenches. So somehow I was sort of amazed when I saw this negative, because in the whole set of negatives, that's the only one that came out like that. So I felt like there was kind of this man that kind of connecting in spirit in a way. And yeah, this is where they died. These are the scars. And this image was a surprise. All right, I've mentioned that. And when I went to this memorial in the Devilwood, I had some research, and I had because when I was invited to the memorial in Devilwood and to the museum. The South African government, post-apartheid now, is building this wall outside the museum, where now they're mentioning all the men and people that were involved in the war. And when I got there, and then both my parents' biological surnames were mentioning that in that wall. And so somehow that for me was a starting point, because as much as those were not my relatives, but the fact that we shared the same, I feel that this is my story too. So I started to think about the body as a landscape, and the violence that a body experiences in a landscape, and the violence that happens in the landscape. I think, but that comes very kind of late, because while I was kind of working and editing this work, that's where the idea like this kind of thinking about the body, but also talking about this body that I'm talking about my body, and then the violence and the traumas that my body has experienced throughout these journeys, from being harassed by police and stripped by police from Basel to Berlin to France. So somehow this work, talks of that. But what also I like the most is that the work doesn't have a marker of a place, but somehow the marker of a place is not really important. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for coming. I hope.
Thank you.
Thank you.